I'm Tara Waudby, and I'm the head of school at Riffa Views International School. I actually grew up overseas, so I'm a TCK myself, and I knew that I was always going to go back overseas. So once I decided to be a teacher, I started teaching. I knew that you needed a couple years experience way back when, and then in my third year, I decided that I needed to go to an ISS fair, because otherwise I was going to get tenure and probably never leave. And so I went to my first job fair in 2000 in San Francisco, and it was with ISS. Actually, so I grew up in Sweden, and I was at that San Francisco job fair, kind of only looking at Europe. And very early in the kind of when you're going through all the introduction, someone said, one of the ISS representatives said, don't limit yourself to one region. But I kind of didn't listen and thought, yeah, I'm going for Europe, and I had all these interviews in Europe, and at the last minute they all kind of fell through. I mean, I was down to like my third interview. We were going to do contract signing. Something happened. They realized they needed a different position, and so I took a job in Taiwan, which was so completely different. And I thought, well, my father's Malaysian, so it'll be fine. Got to Taiwan, absolutely fell in love with it, but definitely different countries around the world are different. So anyway, I worked at an ISS managed school for the first 5 years of my overseas career. And then when I was ready to go again, I took the ISS advice and said, I won't limit myself to any region, except I'm a single female, so I won't go to Kuwait or Saudi. Those were the two schools at the job fair that I thought I won't go to. Ended up taking a job in Kuwait. Loved it, stayed there for 10 years, and then went to Saudi, and now I'm in Bahrain. So kind of fell in love with the Middle East, and have been in the Middle East for 14 years now. It's just so amazing. You meet so many different people, and I think you get the best of everything. I like interacting with people. I like living abroad. I like the diversity of culture and the fact that you become different yourself. And so, in fact, my husband and I joke now because he's English and I'm American, and either of our countries are too foreign for the other one, but the Middle East has all the American and British things in addition to all the Middle Eastern things. So we're actually more at home there than we would be if I moved to England or he moved to the US. I think the main thing is just be open, kind of like the advice that I got that I ended up following, but inadvertently. Don't limit yourself to a region, kind of open up, take risks, open up your worldview, and then fall in love with the place. I loved Taiwan. I loved Kuwait, like all of the places I've worked, and they're very vastly different regions. I still, love Sweden, which is where I grew up, but there are so many beautiful things about the whole world. So don't limit yourself to a place. Really bust those stereotypes and get to know people.